Morning lads, how we going? Friday here. Watched a good game of footy last night, first final. Went to bed a little bit later, woke up a little bit later, so we're making our way back to the same side as we were yesterday with the big boss. We're gonna work probably half the day with him, and then I'm actually leaving to go to Sunbury to do the official quote on that job and have a look at it and go over the plans with the owner. It's going to be 26 degrees today. It's going to be nice and warm. Blue skies already. A little bit of wind though, I think. 26 tomorrow and like 26 today and 30 tomorrow, so going to be in for some warm ones. Upped a lot of stuff last night from people saying the mortar stains the bricks, it's too dirty, bricks, you know, there's no way you get away with that where we live, stuff like this. I wanted to talk a bit about that. I want to talk about, you know, I cop it a lot on the videos that I put up about the mortar and about, you know, how it's just so messy, the brickwork. But I think what people don't understand, I don't know if you lay bricks in Australia, or if you've ever experienced laying bricks here when it's 26, 30, 35, even 40 degrees in the summertime. What you got to understand is that the mortar that we make has to be wet, has to be almost on the wet side. It can't be firm. You lay a wet batch, or you make a dry batch, and the thing just goes off in 15 minutes. You put it on the boards, even with water on. You have water, we have buckets of water next to our mud boards at all time, and it still goes out like that. So what people don't understand is we've got to keep our mud wet. When you have your mud wet, you got to spread the mud. Of course, you'll always have stuff slipping, sliding off when you have a bit wet mud, and we have that falling onto our brickwork. It stains easily the edges. Not only that, the perps get a bit more staining on them when you go to butter with the wet mortar. It sometimes can be very tricky, especially with the bricks that we use. We use these ones that are super dry. So the ones that we're using at the moment, they're like chalky. The chestnut bricks, which are the most common bricks I always talk about here in Melbourne, especially. Like every third brick job is the same brick, chestnut brick. And what happens is you combine chalky bricks like the chestnut and wet mortar on a hot day like today. Of course, that brick's just going to want to soak in every little bit of excess wet, you know, stuff that it gets on it. So try and picture that. You see these, and especially when you're laying it and it doesn't look that dirty and it looks clean. It's not until a couple hours later that the chalky brick has actually absorbed some of that moisture in the mud, and you can't actually tell that it's smeared on the face until it dries and draws back out later. So you lay it and it doesn't look too bad. I can show you today when we're laying it looking nice and neat, and it actually, trust me, I'm not just saying this, that it does look neat when you're laying it. You can't see any stains of mortar on it. But later on, a couple hours later when it dries up, them chalky bricks that we use, they're not solids, they're chalky stuff, so you don't see the mortar. It actually seeps into the brick. And then a couple hours later when it dries up, it comes out, and that's when you see them stains. And people say, oh, it's a horrible bricklayer, you know, dirty bricklayers. It's not the truth. I don't know, I get sort of frustrated about that. Yeah, maybe not, we're not as clean as what we could be if we really slowed down and did a perfect job, you know what I mean? Which isn't feasible, obviously, number one. You know, we've got to get numbers in at the same time. Not that we're thrashing it. Like yesterday we only did, I don't know, we probably only did 1,000 bricks between 5 of us or something. We did a lot of setting up. We weren't going too hard. But you watch today, I showed you that garage wall yesterday. If you go back to that video, it's not that dirty. I bet you we come back today and you can see heaps of stains come out of them chalky bricks. It's just the way it is. Anyway, I want to get that off my head. It's annoying. I hate when you say that. But it's probably fair enough. We are dirty bricklayers, whatever. Alright, I'll see you on the job site. Example of what it's like to lay bricks in the summer in Australia. Today's it's only spring, just gone. Spring, we've got like a 27-degree day today with a northerly breeze, northerly wind. And this is the first batch we'll put down. And virtually, the mud's that hard that we've got a bucket of water on every board, every course we're knocking it up. Because it's so dry already to even push down the bricks. We're laying 1-2 courses we have to join. The wind's making the mud dry out straight away. The bricks are sucking in all the moisture of the mortar. That's a pain in the ass. Just gotta keep knocking it up. We've got to join it every course, no alternative. Otherwise it's just gonna be hard joining, look crap, have a bad finish. So this is why we get staining. We've got to knock the mud up, keep it wet. That's why we get a lot of excess dribble and stuff on the wall and on the corners of the bricks, edges of the bricks. It's windy and it's warm already. Now that's the worst thing about a hot, sticky day when you're a bricklayer, jumping into one of them things. You don't want to do it if you don't absolutely have to. Bloody hot, sticky little box like that to do your business. Alright, so I'm outside of the job, or what I think is the job here in Sunbury, the private job that I'm meeting the client today, running through some drawings and plans and ideas. I'm pretty sure this is the address he gave me. My phone just died about 5 minutes ago. I got to the street alright in maps. I had my maps running low on battery. I got to the right street. I just don't know whether this is the right number. There's a heap of open fields and stuff out here, Sunbury. It's nice area, but this old house here, I know you can't see it behind the trees, but there's like a slab. There's some trusses that have just gone up. Some framework have gone up. I'm pretty sure this is it. Well, I just got back from the meeting with the client. So he's got one new unit to go into the backyard of his existing house. It's not 2 units, which I thought. You know, when you get something in your mind, you think it's going to be something, and when you rock up, it's something completely different. That's what sort of happened just then. So I'm still trying to get my head around it. We'll be doing. There's 2 garages. We're going to do both the garages freestanding. They've both got one skin only with a retaining wall, and we're also going to do a boundary wall as well at the back, going onto the next door neighbour's house as well. We're going to get that up, also with the 6-course retaining wall, and we're doing that first, and then we're coming back after the framers are there. They do up their frame, and then we'll be back to do the brickwork. So it looks like Tuesday till next weekend. We're going to be starting Tuesday through to the weekend. Hopefully getting 2 garages done. That's the plan, and then coming back. So I'm interested to get out there and set it all up. It's going to be a good challenge, and yeah, it's a bit tight space. It's going to be something new, something different. I'm keen to get going for next week. So I've met with him, all sorted, ready to rock and roll come Tuesday.